6. All these diamonds dancing on my fucking neck. Let's go, fam. Back at it live and fucking direct, my boy. Let's fucking get it. We're a bit earlier today, you know what I'm saying? But we're cooking. I'm going to stay nice and close to the schedule for this week. You know what I'm saying? We're going to get Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. It'll be nice and clean. I'm enjoying it so far, even though it's only been a day. You know what I'm saying? I got to keep my whole promise this week of just keeping it down. So, you know what I'm saying? Because you gotta earn that trust through your actions. So naturally, you know what I'm saying? Let's just get through this week. But so far, yeah, I think it'll be nice and consistent from now on. I broke it down my schedule in a way where I feel like I can do this a lot more in a stable fashion, of course. But time will tell. You know what I'm saying? I might be moving shit around because I'm thinking about shit in the future. Trying to make the fam podcast and just fam in general very big and shit like that. So you know how we move. You know what I'm saying? You know how I get down. Y'all know how I get down. But yeah, so it's cool. Got another yap session for you guys today, talking about something that I really need you guys to understand. Of course, big success tips too, because I want you guys to become extremely successful and accomplish all your fucking goals. Okay, so let's just get right into it. So basically, I saw a tweet the other day, guys, and it really pissed me off. Like, it made me super fucking mad because it showed a big reason why society is so fucked and why it will continue to get fucked if we as men don't do something about it. Especially my young guys coming up. So let me show you guys the tweet and I'll read it for you guys so you guys can understand what's going on here. Okay. So basically, if you guys don't know, there's this woman, Sydney Thomas, who basically became famous during the Jake Paul and Mike Tyson fight as the ring girl because she had big tits. That's literally what happened. She became extremely famous just off that alone, which is already fucking crazy and shows the state of our society, right? But essentially, it looks like she went on some dating show. And she asked this guy, she said, "Do you think a date with me is worth $30,000?" And the guy responds, "It's worth the entire prize fund." And I saw that and I was like, what the actual fuck? Because there's way broader implications from this. And I'll show you my response to the tweet. It goes as follows: seeing shit like this is infuriating. It's a micro situation like this that you can then apply to society as a whole to understand why everything is collapsing. When people who offer no value demand everything and you give them everything, everyone loses because extreme effort is expended for nothing in return, which means we all die of exhaustion and malnutrition. Simps are the real life devils. Okay, guys, this simping shit really has it just got to fucking stop, bro. The simping shit has got to fucking stop. It really has to fucking stop. And you might think, oh, well, Ali, I guess I know simping is bad just in general in these micro situations I'm in. It's bad to simp on this girl I like or whatever. But simping is not only bad just in your own personal situation, bro. It's bad from a society standpoint. The reason why everything is shit, the reason why we have open borders, the reason why we have trans women thinking that they are women, the reason why we have men thinking that they can become women, and women thinking they can become men. The reason why women are fucking insufferable nowadays. The reason why you can't get a fucking job, right? The reason why you can't hope to have a house and have a girl that is nice to you and cares about you and have a family. The reason why the birth rate is fucking falling is because of simping. It is because of enforced simping, aka feminism. See, feminism is just basically policy enforced simping, starting back in the 1960s, where we're like, you know what? Let's just let women do whatever they want. Even though men build society, even though men create everything, we should just reward women with the ability to have all freedom. No rules, no role, no purpose. Just do whatever makes you happy, girl. And we were like, yeah, this is a great idea. Yeah, this is awesome. Let's let women do whatever they want. And see what has happened? Society is crumbling. Everything is shit. Everybody is broke. Women fucking suck. Nobody's having children anymore. We don't have borders anymore. Women are killing their babies. All these different things are happening. Right? And regardless if you dislike or like the political implications of that, doesn't fucking matter. Because you're suffering for it deeply. Because understand, guys, women can't lose in the modern day and age, guys. I need you to understand, women nowadays have no consequences. For you, it is do or die. For women, it is do or try. As a woman, you could fall into three nice categories and be completely fine. You want to go out and be a whore on OnlyFans and sell your butthole online for $3.99? You can go and do that shit. No problems, no questions asked. Hey, don't slut shame her. She's being strong and independent. She can sell her body if she wants to. She has her own agency. She has her freedom. She can go become a millionaire off that shit. And then still expect your dumb ass to marry her. And some of you dumb niggas will. Some of you dumb niggas do. And you will marry her. Right? And nobody can shame her for it. She has no consequences for it. She makes millions of dollars and then gets married. Sticks to landing. No consequences at all. Oh, she doesn't want to go that route? Fine. Go be a career woman instead. Follow your ambitions. Go make a shit ton of money. For your entire 20s, your prime years. Give it up for a career. And who cares if men don't care about your career? Who cares if men don't care about your money? Because when we think about women, we don't give a fuck about their money. We don't give a fuck about their career. We care about them, but they don't give a fuck about what you want. They care about themselves. They care about their ambition, their career. So they go and pursue that shit to the utmost degree, make a ton of money, right? And they'll still turn around and look at your ass and be like, you better be richer than me. Statistically speaking, you better be significantly richer than I am. I'm going to go make my money, but my money's for me. Your money is for me. You see, you slave away your entire 20s grinding super hard, improving your mindset, improving your capabilities and your skill set, your charisma, your attributes as a man to the utmost degree. To then do what? Be purposeful, take care of your family. That's why you do it. You're thinking about other people when you're doing what you're doing with your ambition. Women, though, they're thinking about themselves. She's pursuing her ambitions, her career, not to take care of your dumb ass, but for herself because she wants to. Because she'll make all this fucking money, turn around and look at you and be like, you better make more fucking money than me. You have to. Or I don't want to fuck with you. So her money is her money. Your money is her money. Instead of getting her in her prime, best years, you're going to get her in her 30s. She's going to be demanding everything from you. She has 2 fucking eggs left, can barely even have children. You're going to get maybe 2 kids max. Because she decided to spend an entire decade doing whatever the fuck she wanted while you had to slave away for an entire decade. Right? And you're not entitled to complain about this, by the way. She's allowed to have a career. She's strong and independent. You can't judge her. You have to care about her career. You have to care about her money. In fact, you have to support her career and her ambition. You do. You have no choice about it. You have to do that shit. Right? And she sticks to landing and gets married. When she spent the last 10 years doing whatever the fuck she wanted to do, now she just feels like getting married and she marries you. After you slaved away. You get 2 little kids. And she doesn't even fuck with you that much. Boom. Scenario 2, she wins. No consequence. And she can go to scenario 3, right? And scenario 3 is obviously the ideal situation. You know, she comes out at 18, out of college, goes to school for a little bit. She's like, I want a man. I want to be a housewife. I don't want to go to school. I don't want to pursue higher education or a higher career. Fine. You go, girl. You can do that. You don't have to pursue an ambition. You don't have to be a whore on OnlyFans. You could be a housewife. Nobody will complain. Women are allowed to do whatever they want. Okay, fine. She does that. You know, she gets married young, has children, has a man. Everything is great. Everything is awesome. You would think. And sitting here, you might be like, oh, Ali, that's great. We want to see more of that. The problem is, once again, women are free to pursue their happiness no matter what. There is no rules or standards anymore. So she could get married young, have children, do the whole shebang, do the conservative thing that we all want to see, and then turn around and be like, you know what? I want a fucking career. Let's get a divorce. I'm not happy. Divorces your dumbass. Takes your car, takes your house, takes your children. No questions asked. She's not happy anymore. You got to pay for it. And then she switches into the other scenarios. She wants to go pursue her career. She goes and pursues that shit. She wants to go be a whore now on OnlyFans. You know what? I've done the whole kids and family shit. And, you know, that was great and all, but I want to be a whore now. That looks fun. Goes and does it. And you pay for it. She takes all your shit and she goes and does that. Goes to be a whore. She doesn't want to do that. She goes to be a career woman. Right? And when you look at all the scenarios, she can go from career woman to whore if she wants to. Let's say a woman's pursuing her career. She's like, oh, yeah, this is great. But you know what? I want to strip. You know what? I want to get on OnlyFans. That looks nice. Goes and does that. Or she's in the whore bucket. She's like, you know what? I'm tired of this whore shit. Let me go be a lawyer. You know what? I want a man to take care of me now. I want to be a housewife. I want to have kids. Do you guys not see what's going on here? There is no scenario where they lose. Because in every single scenario, they can pick and choose. If they don't like their scenario anymore, they just hop in a new one. There is no consequences. There's no rules. There's no purpose. It's just whatever makes her happy. She can do it anytime, and you have to fucking pay for it every single fucking time, no matter what. You have no choice. This is what simping has done. They have no rules, no standards anymore. There's no losing situation for them. They have extraordinary authority, but no responsibility. Everything is still your fault, but they can do whatever the fuck they want to do. For you, it's do or die. For her, it's do or try. And if she tries and fails, it's your fault. You have to pay for it. And this is what simping has caused. So if you think your little micro simping isn't an issue, it very much is. Because all it's doing is increasing this hubris, this ego, this hedonism for women. Like, yes, keep giving me stuff. Do you think women are going to stop you from simping? Do you think they're going to tell you, hey, stop giving me things for free? Hey, stop letting me do whatever I want to do? No, they'll keep doing. They're going to take everything they can fucking get from you. And when you simp, when you're giving them your time and attention for free, you're saying, go girl, go do whatever the fuck you want to do. You have no rules, no standards. And then you'd sit and wonder why. Why is everything so shit in society? This is why. Because we have a bunch of women running around doing whatever the fuck we want to do, and all the men have to pay for it for nothing in return. At all. This is why this simping shit is so infuriating. It's not about just dating. It's about society as a whole. It's crumbling because we're saying women do whatever you want. This is why women can vote in ways that only serve themselves when it comes to voting. This is why it's so bad to allow them to have the freedom. Because do you think women build society? No, you do. But if I'm a woman and I don't build society, I can vote in ways that undermine society. I don't have to give a fuck about society. I don't build it. You do, so you care. But look at what you're competing against. You're competing against somebody who wants to do whatever the fuck they want to do while you're trying to keep society alive, but they don't have to give a fuck. In every single scenario, they win. And you pay for them winning. Is this fair to you? Does this make any fucking sense to you? Are you happy about this shit? This is what simping does, though. Hey, ladies, you can do whatever the fuck you want to do, and we'll pay for it. And your dumbass is feeding into this shit with your simping in your own personal situations when you're giving women time and attention for no fucking reason. Do you not realize that you're a man? Do you not realize you build the world? You run the world? Women should be fighting and dying for your attention. Women should be begging to talk to you. A bitch should be paying you $30,000 instead of the other way around. We build everything, your entire existence. You create it. As men, we build the world, we build society. Everything that is around you right now, everything that is around me right now was built by a man. It's our God-given birthright to create the world, to run the world. We dominate everything. Women only breathe because we allow them to breathe. Women only walk because we allow them to walk. Women only are allowed to speak because we allow them to speak. We gave them the world. They're lucky to be in it. They're lucky. So if bitches are misbehaving, they need to be punished for that because we create the world. If we don't punish them, they will destroy the world. You can't give them stuff for free. They must earn everything from you. You need to realize that you are a man. Your potential as a man far exceeds any woman walking on the planet right fucking now. Your capability, your hands, what you can do with these hands that God has given you. It's incredible. Not only in a physical realm, but on the mental realm. When you think about countries, when you think about the idea of democracy, when you think about the Constitution, men created these things, these philosophies, these ways of thinking. We created the entire world. I'd be damned if a bitch tells me what to do. I do everything. Your entire existence is run by me. You can do all these things that you can do. You can say this retarded shit that you want to say. You can be a whore. You can pursue a career. You can be a housewife because I allow it. And they're taking this shit for granted. And the only way that we fix this shit, if you realize as a man, you are all powerful. Women should be begging for your time and attention. Women should be lucky to breathe the same air as you. They should be lucky. They should be sitting and crying and groveling at your feet. Please paying attention. Please pay attention to me. Please. Bitch, get off me. Bitch, get in the kitchen. Bitch, go there. Bitch, come here. We are their God. We're your God, ladies. We create everything that you love and like. We're your God. You should be worshiping us. They should always be worshiping you. This is how you should think. You are better than every single woman on the planet. Your potential, your capability, it far surpasses anything that a woman could dream of, to the point that they wanted to be us. That's what it was. That's what feminism was. They wanted to be us. They saw our power. They wanted it too. And foolish, weak men, retarded men gave it to them. And now society crumbles. So the only way we're going to fix this shit, if you lock in again, if you realize, bitch, you can't do that no more. No, we're going to hold you to a fucking standard. No, you can't do whatever the fuck you want to do. Hey, you go do that shit. You're getting punished for that shit. They need to understand what's good again. Because if they don't, we lose. We lose the society that we built. We lose the society that our ancestors in the United States fought and died for. All because what? We listened to women? How stupid is that? How fucking stupid. I need you guys to realize how powerful you are, gentlemen. I'm telling you, you underrate your potential to such an extreme degree. Imagine letting a bitch tell you what to do or how to move. Imagine a bitch thinking that she's better than you. You run their shit. We run their shit. They can only speak because we allow it. We control their existence, guys. I need you guys to realize your power. I need you guys to realize your potential. It's the only way to fix society. It's the only way. There is no other way. Society-wide simping has led to this shit. So society-wide misogyny ends this shit. They need to realize what's good. They need to be punished again. They have to. It's not a choice. This isn't a game, y'all. I want you guys to recognize your power and act on your power and act on your potential, of course, too. You know, everything I've said here is objective, too. You might sit here and think, oh, you're just gassing the head up of men. Some dumb whore watching this shit right now. You might sit and think to yourself, oh, you're just gassing up the head of men. I'm not. Everything I just said is objective. We build and run everything. Am I lying? Fuck no. Everything that women enjoy in this reality, we created for them. We're their masters. We're their God. They should be worshiping us. That's just the truth. There's no debate about it. That's not subjective at all. Nobody can argue with me on that. That's just what it is. Imagine a whore like Sydney Thomas saying, I'm worth $30,000. Bitch, are you stupid? If you guys walked around the Penn State University campus, if you guys walked around University of Alabama, if you guys walked around University of Texas, you would find 9 billion Sydney Thomases walking around. Some big titty white girl, they're all there. And I'm not even talking just from a physical standpoint, by the way, guys. I'm not just talking from a physical standpoint. Same everything. Their mentality, preferences, likes and dislike. You can find the exact same bitch 9 million times. She said, take me on it. Am I worth $30,000? Bitch, are you stupid? Fuck no. We got to move different. We got to put these bitches back in line. So that's where we're at, man. The rant just over there, man. It's so annoying. Because when I see everything that's wrong with society, that's what I see. That's what it is. It all leads back to these bitches are out of line and we allow them to be. And we forget how powerful we are. Women can only feel powerful by making men weak. Because when men are strong, they can't hold a candle. They have to fall in line. They have to. So we have to force them to. You know, this is why I grow the fam. This is why I want you guys to be extremely accomplished. you know, so you can put these bitches back in line. You need to have this mentality. You need to think this way. You need to see the world this way. This is not a debate. We're at war. We're at war for the country. We're at war for the United States, and the only way we can fix it if men are willing to be strong, if men are willing to put women back in their place. I'm not saying just be accomplished. That's not enough anymore. You have to be willing to call out bitches for dumb shit. You have to be willing to criticize women for the shit that they do. You have to be willing to put a bitch in her place. It's the only way that they revert back to normal. So, yeah. That's that there, man. That shit just pisses me off so much. Like, I be thinking about that shit, man. Because when I just think about society as a whole, like what can fix a lot of these problems, it all leads back to that every single time. It's like we just let women do too much for no fucking reason. We just let them do too much. It's an unfortunate situation, but we can fix it though. I believe in the future. I believe in my existence. I believe in my ability to teach, and I believe in your guys' ability to act because you're a man. Like I've already been saying, we build the world, we run fucking everything. So anyway, moving on to something more success oriented, speaking of you guys winning. Another thing that I kind of wanted to mention that I think is really important for you guys to start to implement into your own life in terms from a productivity and efficiency standpoint is you should start wearing the same clothes every single day. And you might be like, Ali, what do you mean by that? Well, if you've watched my content for a while, you'll probably notice that I'm usually rotating through the same 3 clothes every single day. Like same hoodies, same shorts. I'm pretty much rotating through the same clothes every single day. And if you were ever wondering why I do that, maybe you weren't fucking wondering, but it's for efficiency purposes. When it comes to achieving your goals or becoming successful, you want to be doing the same thing the same way every single day. And what is entailed by doing the same thing every single day, I mean, you want to be working as long or as much as possible on the activities that are going to help you accomplish your goals. So for whatever goals you're working towards, there's activities you need to work on, of course. And you want to be working on these activities as much as possible. Why? Because this will help you make as much progress as possible, of course. Right? So if that's the case, you want to cut off any time from anything that is not helping you make more progress. So think about how much time and mental energy you waste and use on thinking about what you're going to wear every single day. Like think about how when you wake up and you're like, okay, do I want to wear this? Do I want to wear that coat, that piece of pants? Whereas compared to me, I'm just waking up and I throw on my hood and I'm ready to go. And I already start working instantly, over a long enough period of time. Who do you think is going to win in that competition? The guy who just gets up and knows instantly what he's going to wear and just instantly starts working? Or the guy who wakes up and has to spend 20 to 15 minutes trying to figure out which hood and shorts or pants combo is going to fucking work? Obviously, the guy who just wears the same shit, You spending money on fashion and luxury, nigga, you're not a fashion nigga. Maybe you guys have some goals in fashion. Obviously, that's an exception, but most of you guys probably don't. So you don't need to waste time being a fashion star. What matters in your life as a man is how useful you are and how capable you are. So you should be focusing on being more productive, not looking like a fucking Met Gala fashion star, my nigga. You should be focusing on how much work you can get out of yourself. And you could get more work out of yourself if you're not spending time on nonsense that's not serving you, right? Like trying to figure out what clothes you want to wear. You should just be wearing the same clothes every day. You should just rotate through like 3 to 4 outfits every single day. Or during like a week period, like 2 to 3 outfits. You just know, okay, I'm gonna wear this today. Boom, get up and go. I'm gonna wear that tomorrow. Get up and go. Get up and go. Like, think about how much time you're saving, bro. It would go from like minutes of time once you do it one day to a week of doing this, to a month of doing this, to a years of doing this. Like you're saving like months worth of time, And you don't have you don't have an infinite amount of time, bro. You're only on this planet for a short amount of time. You want to be saving as much time as possible to use on becoming as accomplished as possible. I want you guys to be winners. I want you guys to be demons. I want you guys to be killers, bro. And this is how you do it. I'd also highly recommend to eat less. There's only benefits to eating less. There's literally only upside. It obviously keeps you in good fucking shape. You waste less time eating. So at least for me, I only eat twice a day max, maybe once a day. I'll have like a meal when I wake up, and then I'll have a meal when I go to sleep. That's really it. Or like right before I go to sleep. That's pretty much it. You don't want to be spending, like, you should be eating for efficiency, not pleasure. Eating takes up a lot of time. By the time you sit and make your food, especially if you're sitting and making food, God forbid you're actually making food. You're sitting, you got to make the food, put it all up in your plate, Go sit down somewhere, start watching something. That takes 20 minutes. That entire ordeal takes 40 minutes of time, right? You should be eating like a warrior, like you're on a war zone where you got like a basically a small ass granola bar where you just eat that shit real quick because you got to get right back to fighting. That's how you should be moving in your real life. You should be spending as little time eating as possible, and you should be eating as little as possible. I know for some of my fitness guys, my young guys who are really into fitness, you're tracking your calories and shit like that. And that's fine. If you like that style and that works for you and that's consistent for you and you're pretty much eating the same things every single day, that works. But what I highly recommend is just starving yourself, just fast, you know, just eat a small meal in the morning, just be hungry, because you've also experienced the itis more than likely before. And the itis is just basically where you eat so much food that, you feel lethargic, you feel kind of tired. Like if you lied on your bed after you eat a big meal, there's like a 90% chance you're going to fucking sleep and you're not waking up, right? So you want to obviously avoid some shit like that. So if you just eat very little and then starve yourself throughout the day, you know, not only are you going to lose weight, you're going to keep your weight down, but you're going to be way more efficient when it comes to your goals, because if you lower the amount of time you have to eat, because you're increasing the amount of time that you work on your goals, that's good. That's how you're going to train yourself to starve yourself, basically, to where you basically don't eat, because you're like, bro, if I spend more than like 20 minutes eating, it's going to cut into my work time. And that's obviously going to be an issue for you. So it's like, to train yourself to do this, what you're going to do is you want to eat for less time or as little time as possible. You can set up this schedule whatever way you want to. I'm just describing mine. It's just, okay, I'll eat a small meal in the morning when I first wake up, and I'll eat a small meal at night, right? And that's pretty much just it. And it just works for me, and I just starve pretty much throughout the day. I drink water, of course, and shit like that. But you can have your setup whatever way you want to. You just want to have as little meals as possible per day, and you want them to be small, right? This way, once again, you lose weight and you can focus more time on just working on your goals. And then the more time that you've now gained from adding in, okay, you wear the same clothes every single day, and then you add this to eating very small portions every single day. Now you can push more time for your goals. And now when you push more time for your goals, it's like you're training your mind and body to be this way, to basically starve now. So you get used to it, because you might be like, Ali, this sounds hard. I'm like, well, yes, initially it's going to be difficult, but when you force yourself to basically do this, because now you've added all this extra time to have to work on your goals, now you don't have time to eat, it trains you to be able to be this way. And when you start operating like this, you're going to move at like 10 times the speed that you were previously moving, because I don't think you realize just how much time you waste thinking about what clothes you're going to eat every day, or how much time you waste making food for yourself. And also, a side thing about the food thing, you can also just buy cheap food. If you want to stock up on some like cheap ass food to eat, you can do that, because when it really comes to losing weight, it's not even about the food you eat. It's about being in a calorie deficit, which means you just need to eat less than your maintenance and you will lose weight. And you can check your maintenance if you just download like an app like MyFitnessPal. You can just go in there really, really fast and be like, okay, this is how much I weigh. This is how tall I am. What's my maintenance? And then you just have to eat below whatever that number is. And if you're already starving yourself and eating some finger food already, you're going to lose weight. You know what I'm saying? So that's pretty much how you should move. So you're going to get all this time back because you wear the same shit every day and you barely eat every single day. Boom. Like that unlocks like several more hours in your day. You don't even fucking realize. It's actually ridiculous. When I started doing this, I don't know, I want to say like 2 years ago, and it's worked absolute wonders. Like I have so much more mental energy to actually apply to my goals and what I'm doing right now, of course, so I want you guys to have those same benefits as well. So just wear the same shit every single day. Make sure your portions of food are very small. And to train yourself to accept this new reality, you just add more time to your goals. You have to be like, well, I have to work this much now, so I don't have time to really be thinking about eating more or to be thinking about what clothes I'm going to wear in the morning. It saves you a lot of mental energy that you can use for your goals instead. So that's how I want you guys to move from that standpoint. And one last thing here that I also want to talk about is confidence. For everything I just said earlier, when it comes to the simping and whatever, you might be like, well, Ali, I want to be in that position. I want to have that mentality. I want to save the United States. I want to be in this position of power as a man. Of course, I want to live up to my potential as a man. And you might be sitting here thinking, well, Ali, how do I get the confidence to do that? Well, confidence comes from evidence, and evidence leads to certainty, and certainty is what creates confidence. So how do you get evidence then? Well, evidence comes from action. You're not going to get confidence. You're not going to get self-belief if you sit there and do nothing. If you're doing nothing with your life right now, if you're not taking any action in your life right now, where do you think the confidence is going to come from? The reason why you can get up right now and walk across the room is because you have extreme evidence in your mind of your ability to walk, because you've been walking since you were like a toddler, right? You started walking and now you've been walking your entire life. So now you just walk like nobody's business. It's not even a confidence thing for you. You just have so much certainty in your ability to walk that you don't even need to think about it anymore. It's subconscious now. So if you want to have confidence or certainty in your ability to accomplish your goals, you can only gain that certainty and confidence from taking action, bro. There's literally no other way. You can't just have confidence just because you want it. Everything worth having in this life must be worked for. Everything worth having in this life must be worked for. And that includes confidence. Confidence is not free. If you want confidence, you have to move. You have to take action. And the great thing about this is it doesn't mean you have to think about the goals you're necessarily trying to achieve. You don't have to think about the massive vision you might have for your life. You got it. You can just start small. It's as simple as, hey, I'm just going to wake up at 5 a.m. tomorrow. You wake up at 5 a.m. tomorrow. You're like, okay, well, here's the evidence. I'm able to wake up at 5 a.m. Now, what else am I able to do? Well, I'm going to wake up at 5 a.m. and go to the gym. Okay, tomorrow you wake up at 5 a.m. and go to the gym. You're like, oh, I woke up at 5 a.m. I went to the gym. So that means I can wake up at 5 a.m. and go to the gym. What else I can do? And do you not see how your confidence builds all just from you taking action from wherever you're at? It could be a small action. It's these small actions that build up to big actions. Because if you're like, wait, I could do this thing, and I could do this thing, and I could do this thing, and then it just keeps stacking up till the vision that you want to achieve, that you previously thought was impossible, becomes aggressively possible because you earned your certainty. And you earned your certainty from having evidence, and you earn that evidence by taking action. So if you lack confidence in yourself right now, what you need to do is just move, bro. You need to see yourself move, even if it's a small movement, because that small movement will give you the evidence that you can do more. Because before you were doing nothing, now you were doing something. So if you were doing something, you could more than likely do more things. And then you do more things. And that means you can do more things. As I was saying earlier in the earlier rant, bro, your ceiling as a man is ridiculous. You're an adaptability machine. You built the world. Men have built the world and created everything around us. Do you think the cavemen back then had the confidence that humanity would build up to this point where I can stream to you guys and talk to you guys like this? Do you think they were just thinking that? No, they just started moving. They just started rubbing the damn stick. And they said, well, let's just see what the fuck happens. And shit started happening. And then boom, far into the future, we have this now. A camera and me talking shit to you guys with headphones and whatever. Understand? So you guys have to earn the confidence too with whatever goals that you're trying to achieve, of course. Just start moving, bro. If you want confidence, then you need action. So yeah, man. So that's pretty much the app session for today, man. All these things are just so ridiculously important for you guys to understand. I want you guys to move more efficient. You know what I'm saying? Eat less. Wear the same shit every single day so you can be way more efficient. Earn your confidence through action. That's the only way to get it. And stop fucking simping. Please. Please. Society literally depends on it. American society and the future of the West as the whole depends on it. You have to play your part too. You have to become a misogynist too. There's no other way. Because if you don't, we're cooked. We're fucked. Because these bitches are going to keep doing whatever the fuck that they want to do. And they're only going to keep doing whatever the fuck we want to do if men continue to allow it. Understand, this is on us. I'm not even blaming these hoes. I'm not even blaming them. I'm blaming you. I'm blaming me. I'm blaming us as men as a whole. We have to stop giving into the bullshit. We got to stop thinking that a bitch that you can find walking on any college campus is worth $30,000 just for a fucking date. We got to stop doing this shit, bro. We got to stop. We need men to be great again. So I'll play my part. You play your part. So yeah, man. With that being said, I'll close out here. Love you, fam. Catch y'all tomorrow.